In this video, I'm going to discuss the 5 reasons why your feminine energy is driving women away. And listen, you might think, come on, Silver Bachelor, I don't have feminine energy. We all, as men, have feminine energy. I did a video on the yin and yang, and the yin and yang of masculine energy is where men have both feminine energy and masculine energy. Yin is the feminine, yang is the masculine. And if I'll post a link to that video to explain that. But this video, I'm going to talk about the 5 reasons why you're driving these women away with your feminine energy. And I'm going to get into those details. All right. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Kane. I'm the Silver Bachelor. This channel is 100% dedicated to dating advice for older guys. And if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button and the notification button because I'm dropping video every day. All right. Feminine energy. Like I said, all of us guys have it. But to the degree we have the feminine energy depends on the guy, right? The less feminine energy we have, the more masculine the woman will perceive you. And that's what we're going to get into in this video is the 5 reasons why your feminine energy in the wrong way is driving these women away. So I'm just going to get right into this. And if you stick around to the end, I believe I saved the best one for last. Okay. So number 1, not leading. This is a big one. Guys, you have no idea how many women I've spoken to, and I've been on hundreds of dates in the last couple of years since I've been single. And every single woman, pretty much without a doubt, complains that the guy just does not take the lead. He doesn't book a reservation for the restaurant. He doesn't say, hey, look, let's meet on Friday at 7 o'clock. How does that work for you? And making very decisive decisions. Women can't stand a guy that is wishy-washy. And I will confess this. I made this mistake during my marriage when I was married. For example, my then ex-wife would ask me, hey, honey, what do you want to have for dinner tonight? And I would say, I don't know. What do you want to have? Or she'd say, where do you want to go tonight? And I'd say, I don't know. What do you feel like? Stop doing that, guys. Just take the lead, make a plan, or at very least, give her 2 options. Okay, so that's what I do for dates is I'll say, hey, look, I've got this one place in mind. Reservations are pretty hard to come by. So if you like that place, I got to jump on that one, or this other place, completely different vibe. So I usually give women a couple options when it comes to dates, but I choose those 2 options. So number 1, you need to lead. Number 2, you guys do you, okay? But like I said, I've been on hundreds of first dates and I now have a black belt in dating. I know how to get from the initial approach, cold approach, to the first date and beyond. And so I won't go on and on about that. But number 2 is woke ideology. So you guys can do what you want to do. But, excuse me, women want a man that speaks, talks, and looks like a man, okay? Including his philosophical positions. You can have a neutral position and know the arguments around both sides, but if your go-to is woke ideology, you are going to drive women away. You know why? Because every single woman that I've met, every one of them, wants an alpha man. Now, that's a little subjective, and this video is not about that. Obviously, they want a guy who's alpha, that could protect them, that can lead, but also has some sensitivities and is respectful and all these things. Hence the yin and yang, right? But when you swing too far off to one side versus another side, you can be perceived as effeminate. So, perfect example. I'm from Canada and I moved to Atlanta. I've been living in the United States for 18 months. The current Prime Minister of Canada, which you may not know this, Justin Trudeau, is a self-professing feminist. Okay, first of all, and again, drop a comment, let me know what you think. How the fuck can a guy be a feminist when he's not a woman? Like, seriously, dude? And by the way, all of these so-called male feminists, have you seen them? Have you seen what they fucking look like? They look pathetic. Frail little bees. Okay? I'm like, wow, bro. Women want to know you have a stance and that you're masculine, right? You chop wood. You can fix shit. You drive fast. Well, appropriately fast. You got dangerous hobbies. You can shoot guns. You can protect her. When you start going around saying that you're a feminist and all this other woke stuff, her desire for you, I guarantee, has just dropped off a damn cliff. And she's like, really? Okay. So be very, very careful of having woke ideology. Women hate it. Okay. And it doesn't matter what they say. Oh, yeah, I want a sensitive guy. That's going to get to my last point. So stick around for number 5. So, number 3, asking permission. Don't ask permission. Don't. So, for example, you're out on a date, right? And you want to keep the date going. And you say, look, I want to keep this date going. Let's go to this place, right? Or I really want to kiss you right now. And you lean in and kiss her. You don't ask her, can I kiss you? Do you mind if I do this? So stop asking for permission because it's feminine, all right? Number 4 is not being direct, right? And what I just said for number 3, in terms of asking for permission, this is a segue into number 4, in being direct and saying, look, I want to take you to my place. Let's have a nightcap. Straight up, boom, right? I did a video recently. I met this woman and I got her Instagram in less than 10 seconds. I saw her, we smiled. As I got closer to her, I said, oh, you're pretty. And she said, oh, thanks, I like your shirt. And then I said, are you single? And she said, oh, I'm very single. Obviously, that was a signal for me to go in and ask for more. So I said, let's exchange Instagram because I'd like to take you out. Boom, straight up. Women love that. When you dance around, you beat around the bush, they can't stand it, and it's feminine, all right? Number 5, and this is the one that I want to focus on just a little bit here, and that is crying. Oof. You have no idea how many times that I've been in a situation, in a dating situation, and I've started to feel comfortable with this woman and vulnerable, right? So women say they want an emotionally available guy. Well, here's an example of why you should not be emotionally available in this context. So emotionally available, there's no real definition around it. So you start to think, oh, well, what now that I feel comfortable with her, I'm having a really shitty day. I've had terrible news. I've been beaten down and I lost today or something like this, right? All of us guys, I get it, man. We go through some hard times. And sometimes it can make you upset or you've lost a loved one, whatever, right? And loved one is a little bit different, but I'm talking like day to day. So a couple times, and I was seeing a couple different people and I had a really rough patch and I started crying and the look on their faces was basically one of disgust. They're like, wow, this guy is now crying. So be very, very careful of crying. And in a couple of videos, I talked about the study. They had basically a young, good-looking woman and young, good-looking guy. They both, in different times, went into the same store looking for something that for their boyfriend or girlfriend. And basically, they were actors, and the whole test was to see how people would react to the woman crying versus the guy crying. And guess what? You probably know what happened, right? She was crying. Every single person around in the store wanted to console her. On the flip side, the guy's crying. Nobody went to help him at all. So this is just an example of men that are crying are seen as weak. The good news is you can do that with your buddies. Man, if you do that with your guy friends, they will support you. And that's who I am most emotionally available to and vulnerable to is my male friends. Not my female friends and not my female relationships because they see it as a weakness, right? So leave you with that. Drop a comment and let me know what else you think is feminine energy when you're out on dates and why it's blowing guys' dates. All right. So I want to hear from that. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time, man.